Great. So let's go ahead and do something else. We won't stay on that. Now, by default, you can see that when I press on home, okay, it's not loading this by default, okay? Remember, we have a mounted property, okay? So I want it to load stats by default. So let me first go to dashboard.view, and then in the mounted property, okay? Or let me first show you that it really loads by default. So I'll put a P tag here, okay? P, and then I include I have been loaded or mounted. The truth is mounted. So which means by default it should display something there, okay? So I'm going to go and hit the welcome, then go, and then you see I have been mounted. So which means by default it is loading something, but instead it is waiting for us to first click on the what? On the dashboard. Okay, so what does it mean? It means I can do this. I can come to the mounted property here, then write something, okay? So it can be, so that something is a default route if what it should do first if the item is loaded. So I'm going to route, or to make sure that it first loads the stats route, okay? Because when I come and click here, it goes to the stats route, okay? So what should I do? I'm going to write that this, okay, this dot route, okay, so this dot router dot push, okay, to now by default the stroke. So whenever it is mounted, it should go by default to the stroke. So let me click on home again. Okay, by default it should load the dashboard. So it should be, let me see, this dot route dot push. Okay, this is supposed to be $. This dot router dot push. So there must be a $sign. I'd forgotten that. So by default, you can see it is routing to the dashboard. So if I wanted to route to layers by default, okay, which means this should be this dot router dot push stroke layers, because our router.js we have stroke layers. So look at this. When I come to home and I click, by default it goes to layers, and you can see it showing eggs, okay, not the dashboard. But I have been mounted is there because it's outside the route, so it's not routed dynamically, it's a default, so I can take it away.